Okay, hi. Oh, that was lovely. Thank you, Chet. That was great. He even brought his own helmet to demonstrate. We have demonstration. This is what it is. Get one, you writing people, you making me worry about you. Okay. Oh, you are very tall. Is our next? I don't know about this. I'm gonna let you do this, Saurabh. I'm just gonna stand on my toes. Wow, cool. Cats. I forgot to ask this way earlier. Do we have new people to Grown Up Storytime tonight? Do we have got newbies? Couple of you? Yes! Excellent! Thank you. You should definitely come and chat with me, Amanda, Emily after the show if this is something you want to get involved with. We are very friendly and we are very fancy tonight, so we're actually like even more adorable to take photos with than usual. I just committed us to that. Yay. We also have merch, and what the dog people in the audience probably don't know, because their dogs are bad at reminding them, is that this Sunday is National Make Your Dog's Day, which in my mind means I'm gonna make my day great. And then Rupert is a really cute dog. You should follow me on Instagram and stalk his life like I do. If I make my day, then his day is also made. And you can make your day by coming and asking us about merch, because we have merch, and that was the longest, weirdest ad I've ever created on the spot. So we got merch, we've got shirts, we've got stickers, we've got, that's it. And totes, yes. And look, holiday season be coming up. Make yourself happy. Give yourself a treat. Make your day and your dog on Sunday. All right, let's get the next one up here. Oh yes, I Am Gonna Make It Through This Year If It Kills Me, written by Cris Skelton and read by Saurabh Pande.
I'm Gonna Make It Through This Year If It Kills Me by Cris Skelton. God damn it. This was meant to be a Facebook post, giving extended acquaintances a quick update of my life after 2 years of not being online. But then I kept writing, I kept talking, and I kept having more to say, and suddenly it's the length of a grown-up story time story. So now that's what it is. The TLDR is that I'm divorced and my dad is dead. But I'm still here, and I ain't giving up. If that's all go for it.
Yeah.
If that's all you need for nuance, feel free to go order a drink and tip your bartenders for God's sakes. Everyone still? All right, whoever's here. For the rest, here's my tale. Hi, Facebook, it's me, your boy. I quit you 2 years ago because my mental health was failing and I needed to be far away from anything resembling social media. I eventually brought Instagram back into the fold, but I never picked you back up because you continued to be bad for me. And while I don't believe anything's changed about that, there are a few of you I don't see or hear from otherwise, and some of y'all are in need of a big life update. 10 months ago, my wife asked me for a divorce. I don't want to say that anything is anybody's fault, mostly because I think that avoids a lot of nuance and complication. And I don't really want to point fingers in any direction, but the fact is, we are no longer on the same page, and we couldn't get back there no matter how hard I tried. These past few months have been the absolute hardest anything has ever been for me. The grief I feel at losing the most important person in my life is impossible to describe in words, and believe me, I have tried. It feels in many ways like she's died. And on my worst days, I wish she had. Because the fact that she just didn't love me enough to want to make it work anymore is somehow worse than the alternative. But I've tried to take solace in the fact that as broken as I am still here. And as hot and full of pain as the planet is, it is also still here, which means we can both keep trying. But the comical hand of circumstance wasn't done with me or my family this year. No, sir, because a month ago, my father suddenly passed away. At my parents' house, there was no warning, no ailing health, nothing. He had an old man's body with arthritis and dentures and stuff. But no chronic illness or life-threatening disease that he was managing. I mean, he still did his own yard work, still shot hoops in the backyard, still ran the house while my mom was at work. He'd embraced the role of eccentric old man in the neighborhood, sitting on the porch, clowning on the youngins that walked by, and putting a smile on the face of everyone he encountered. But no matter how content he was, and no matter how important he was to people who loved him, somewhere the decision was made that it was his time to go. I wish I had more coherent things to say about this first month without my dad. This type of grief is so much more dimensional because it's not mine alone. My mom lost her soulmate, the man she spent 42 years of marriage building a life with. My sister lost her dad too, and during a time of great change in her life. He was in the process of helping me understand my life as a divorced man, encouraging me to live for myself and find what I needed to be content the way he was. To put it into storytelling terms, my father's passing is one inciting incident for 3 separate journeys that my family is taking together and separately all at once. You think you'd be prepared for an event in your life that you were always fated to experience, but you aren't. You always want more time, more years to laugh. I wanted more bizarre nicknames out of my dad, more car advice, more Astros games, more hoops, more lawn projects. I wanted more practical jokes, more $10 word drops, more arcane trivia about 1950s Westerns. I just wanted more. There's one thing that unites these 2 major points of grief for me. Whatever the story was in my head, it now has a definitive ending, and for the rest of my life, I'm going to have to reckon with those endings. Something I've learned about through them both is that human life is a contradiction. We're put on this planet with the imperative to survive, and it's a fundamental certainty that we eventually won't. So it's really so surprising that people you love can hurt you so deeply, that they can be a complicated mess of perfect happy moments in the lowest, darkest pains. And that no matter how great and terrible those relations are, they are fated to be over someday. And you are fated to reconcile that whole story. For the rest of my life, my dad and my ex-wife will live inside my heart. And at least one of those relationships now is permanently one-sided. They're both part of the story that is my life, and I'm trying my best not to have rose-colored glasses about any of it. My dad was great to me, but he was also horrible to me in the ways that only a father can be to his son. In the other corner, I have never been so in love, so starstruck, so turned on by anyone ever as I have my wife. And yet she has been the source of so much overwhelming pain. The only way I'm able to survive the ending of these stories is by holding these contradictory truths in my hands. I relate to the world, primarily as a storyteller, and real life is kind of a shitty written story. It's rarely exciting in the correct proportions and way too long in the second act. Most written stories concern some sort of coming of age, some profound upheaval that can teach and please and divine some universal truth. But real life is primarily spent being of age. You discover, clap for that man. Where is he? Clap for him. Yeah, he's there. You discover who you are, and you just keep being that person, dealing with new plot points as they arrive through the lens of your basic principles and values. Evolution is slow in real life, and you're often out of an era before you even realize it was there and existed. It's only when you look back that you see how much you have changed, and at that point, you're crying as often as you're smiling because the thing that you loved is gone, and you didn't appreciate it as much as you could have when you had it. I don't know yet what my life will look like after I've healed these twin traumas that have been visited upon me in this just insane year, with its unrelenting summer and its oceans of heartbreak. But I'm writing this at the end of September in 2023 as Houston sees its first violent torrential downpour after months of record heat and dangerous drought. Even the worst summer is fated to end, signaling the beginning of a refreshing fall. Every Christmas is the last one and the first one. As long as you're here, you can keep trying. And I swear to God, I am gonna heal and grow from all this pain if it fucking kills me.